Special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ScareTube here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the MiG-29SMT, also known as the Fulcrum. The MiG-29, known by its NATO reporting name Fulcrum, is a twin-engine jet fighter aircraft designed in the Soviet Union, developed by the MiG Design Bureau as an air superiority fighter during the 1970s. The MiG-29, along with the larger Sukhoi Su-27, was developed to counter new U.S. fighters such as McDonnell Douglas F-15 Eagle and General Dynamics F-16 Fighting Falcon. The MiG-29 entered service with the Soviet Air Forces in 1982. While originally oriented towards combat against enemy aircraft, many MiG-29s have been furnished as multi-role fighters capable of performing a number of different operations and are commonly outfitted as a use of range of air-to-surface armaments and precision munitions. The MiG-29 has been manufactured in several major variants, including the multi-role MiG-29M and the navalized MiG-29K. The most advanced member of the family to date is the MiG-35. Later models frequently feature improved engines, class cockpits with HOTAS, capable flight controls, modern radar and infrared search and track sensors, and considerably increased fuel capacity. Some aircraft have also been equipped for aerial refueling. Following the dissolution of the Soviet Union, the militaries of a number of former Soviet republics have continued to operate the MiG-29, the largest of which is the Russian Air Force. The Russian Air Force wanted to upgrade its existing fleet to the modernized MiG-29SMT, which is what we have in front of us here, configuration, but financial difficulties have limited deliveries. The MiG-29 has been a popular export aircraft. More than 30 nations either operate or have operated the aircraft to date. As of 2013, the MiG-29 was still in production by MiG-29, a subsidiary of the United Aircraft Corporation, since 2006. So yeah, the MiG-29 here, SMT, basically one of the most modern versions of the MiG-29. Overall, really beautiful design for it. We have a nice white underbelly color scheme with a nice kind of splinter camouflage, which is very iconic to a lot of Soviet aircraft. Before we go ahead and take a look at this aircraft, I do want to go ahead and give special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more than you guys already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions. And, to think about maybe becoming a patron on there. You want a video request of your choosing every month. You are a patron, and it really does help support the work I do on my channel. So definitely feel free to check it out. Again, links are always in my video descriptions. With that, though, let's go ahead and move into taking a look here at the aircraft and see exactly what we'll be going ahead and building in this tutorial. So, start off with, we have both the landed and in-flight versions here for the Fulcrum available for you guys. Start with the landed version here. You can see we have obviously all the details surrounding the aircraft. So basically all the various details, cockpit, the splitter camouflage as you can see on the top here, which looks really nice, a lot of good detail in there. We have the Soviet stars here on the tails there, just like that. And the aircraft number, the munitions loadout here, which has some external fuel tanks and some obviously various missiles, surface to, or basically I should say air to air, and I believe also air to surface missiles with the larger ones here. They might even be for anti-ship capabilities as well. But yeah, really nice design overall. Again, the in-flight version, we'll take a look at that real quick here. Nothing too crazy or different about it, but again, overall, really nice design here that's really going to make a nice impression on your Modern Warfare maps. Anyways, though, with that, that's going to pretty much wrap up this overview for it. Let's go ahead and move into our tutorial. Alright guys, go ahead and move into our first layer here. We'll be going ahead and start with layer number 3. Now we're starting with layer 3 because it gives us a better basis of the aircraft built and kind of easier for us to go ahead and add on from this point here. One thing I do want to mention also is if you're completely new to my aircraft tutorials, the way I like to structure these tutorials is I like to do half on camera, half off. What this means is we're building the entire centerline of the aircraft and basically building the right side, and then it'll be up to you guys between layers to copy the right side over to the left side. There are a few asymmetrical bits with this aircraft, very minor things, and when we do get to those I will explain those in detail about what's supposed to go on which side. However, at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and basically get started. Now, if you do want to build the landed version, you will want to make sure that layer 3 here is going to sit a total of 3 blocks up from the ground level. You can see here, obviously, my ground level, and you can see 3 full blocks of space between basically the ground and basically the bottom here, the start here of this layer. So again, we want 3 full blocks of space to go ahead and start layer 3 if you are planning on having this aircraft in a landed configuration. If you're having it in flight, obviously don't worry about it. Just know that you will need 2 more spaces of clearance underneath the aircraft if you do have this up in the air. So if it's close for whatever reason to something, make sure that you do have the space necessary for it. However, let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to place down a gray concrete block, followed by 2 polished blackstone top slabs coming off that block. On the end here, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak with trapdoor. After that, going back from that gray concrete block, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 smooth quartz blocks, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 smooth quartz top slabs. After those top slabs, we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 quartz full blocks, and then 1, 2, 3 quartz top slabs, and then 3 iron trapdoors back like so. With that complete, going back up to the front, we're going to go and start working our way out to the sides. That right there is going to conclude the center line there for the aircraft. Moving to the sides, we're going to go and place down a wither skeleton skull next to this black concrete block. We're going to go then place down a quartz top slab back, followed by 2 quartz ups downstairs, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 quartz top slabs, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 direct walls back, and then 1, 2, 3 iron trapdoors. After that's done, going back up to the front here, we're going to go to our top slab here. So after these 2 ups downstairs, we're going to go to our first top slab. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor to the side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 back. After that, we're going to then place down a black concrete block, and then grabbing our smooth quartz full blocks, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 smooth quartz blocks back, followed by a polished andesite upside down stair, and then 2 polished blackstone brick stairs back. And going ahead and going back up to the front, we're going to go to our 4th iron trapdoor to the side here, iron trapdoor, quartz, smooth quartz top slab, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 direct walls back. At this point here, we're going to go ahead and take our smooth quartz full blocks, and we're just going to go and place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 back, followed by a polished andesite upside down stair, and then 2 polished blackstone upside down stairs from that point. Again, going up to the front here, we're going to go to our 2nd and 3rd direct walls on the side here. We're just going to place down 2 iron trapdoors to the side like so. We're going to skip 2 spaces, place down our iron trapdoor here, and we then want to go ahead and place down a quartz, or a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 quartz top slabs, followed by a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 iron trapdoors back. We then want to go ahead and grab our iron trapdoors, go into the front up here. We're going to go to this iron trapdoor here, place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, like that along the side there. And then we also want to go and go back to our 3rd iron trapdoor here, iron trapdoor to the side. We're going to go and skip 2 spaces, this 3rd from last iron trapdoor. We're going to go ahead and place down 1 to the side, followed by 3 more back. So you have a total of 4 there. We're going to then go out to the side of the second one here. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor, 3 back. So again, you have a row of 4. After that row of 4, we're going to then place down a row of 3 of iron trapdoors like so, followed by another row of 3, like that, and then a row of 2. So it should look like that there for the horizontal stabilizer. After that, we then want to go ahead and place down a direct wall, which is going to be coming off the side there of the 4th iron trapdoor. So the side here, 1, 2, 3, and our 4th one. Direct wall, followed by additional 3 back. We're going to then go toward the front with a quartz slab, and then 1, 2, and 3 iron trapdoors, like so. Going toward the back here, along that row, we're going to then place down a quartz slab, just like that, and we want to go and then skip a space and then place down 2 more quartz slabs going back like so. After that, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor, which is going to be coming off this direct wall, followed by 1 more going toward the front, and we're going to then basically go back from this direct wall here at an angle, place down an iron trapdoor, and we're just going to place down additional 2 more back, so you have a row of 3 like so. At this point here, we want to go ahead and then go to the space of 3, kind of out to the side here. We're going to place down 3 direct walls along the side there, and we're going to then place down a quartz slab, coming off this direct wall here toward the front. After that, we then want to go ahead and place down a quartz slab going toward the back. And we're going to then place down a row of 2 of iron trapdoors after that quartz slab there, just like that. We also want to go and grab some skeleton skulls, and wither skeleton skulls, we're going to place down 2 skulls here on those 2 walls, and then a wither skeleton skull on the front there. Same thing over here, like so. At this point, we're going to go and then place down a acacia wood trapdoor. That's going to be coming off this skull like that, and then 2 iron trapdoors back. And then to the side here, coming off this acacia wood trapdoor, we're going to place down a direct wall, 1 more forward, and we're going to then place down a quartz slab, and then another quartz slab going back like so. After that, we're going to then place down an iron trapdoor right there, and then out to the side, another iron trapdoor, and then 3 forward. And we then want to go and just place down a row of 3 iron trapdoors on the very tip there. And after we have that all done, that right there is going to basically wrap up what we have there for layer number 3. You're going to take what we did on the right side here, flip it over to the left side, obviously, and once you have that done, looking at it from the top-down view, this is what we should have for the kind of outline for layer number 3 with this layer all complete. Anyways, again, that right there is going to conclude that layer. One thing also I do want to mention is if you do want to go ahead and throw on the aircraft number, for me I used white banners with red lettering. You're just going to go ahead and place these banners here on these 2 walls, like so. Kind of up to you guys, whatever number you guys want to do. I just did 20 as a random example. You can go ahead and do really whatever you guys want. There are plenty of tutorials out there that do show you guys how to make numbered banners, so if you do struggle with making those banners, you can go ahead and feel free to refer to one of those tutorials. But anyways, that's right there is all I really wanted to cover for that, and from this point on, we're going to now move into layers 1 through 2. Alright guys, moving into our next layers, we have layers 1 through 2. For these layers, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go ahead and go to the bottom here of the nose of the aircraft, and place down an iron trapdoor on this second from front quartz block, and then we're going to go ahead and just place down a lever that goes back from that iron trapdoor like so. At this point here, we want to go ahead and then count back to this section here, or actually we're just going to go ahead and go back to this first quartz full block from the previous layer down the center line. We're going to place down a quartz full block dropping down from it with a skeleton skull coming off the front here. We then also want to go ahead and replace this quartz full block with a quartz upside down stair instead, so you get something that looks like this here for the front. At this point here, we're going to go back from this quartz block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to then place down a quartz upside down stair and then 2 quartz top slabs like that, bring us to the back here, and it should connect up to this quartz full block right here. After that's all done, going ahead and moving our way out to the sides here, we're going to go ahead and start off by placing down a quartz slab underneath this second from front direct wall. And we're going to then take our direct walls, and we want to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe it's just 5 actually, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and yep, 5. And then we're going to then place down a row of 3 of our white stained glass paint, so 1, 2, 3. After that, we want to go and then grab a quartz slab. We're going to place down a quartz slab, which is going to be coming off this direct wall, like so. And we want to go from behind it with a black concrete block. And then going ahead and grabbing our quartz full blocks. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quartz full blocks back, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 quartz top slabs back like that. After that's done, going ahead and continuing on to the sides here, we're going to place down another quartz top slab onto the second from front direct wall. We're going to go then take our direct walls, and we're going to place down a row of 5 on the side here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to go and grab our white stained glass paints, 1, 2, 3. And then at this point, just take our quartz top slabs, and we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 quartz top slabs back like that for the engines there. Now once that's done on the bottom of these engines here, we're going to grab some iron trapdoors. We're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, and 3 underneath this black concrete block, this quartz top slab, this quartz slab, and then this quartz full block. And then right in here, we're going to drop down to the second quartz full block. We're going to place down a quartz top slab, followed by an additional 3 back, so you have a row of 4, and then an iron trapdoor right there after that. After that's all complete there, that's going to basically wrap it up for the fuselage here for this layer, just making sure I'm not missing anything, and everything does appear to be good to go. So at this point, we're going to now move into our wings. Now our wings here, to go ahead and get started with, we're going to go to this iron trapdoor. We're going to place it on a quartz block that drops down from it, and then 1 forward. On this quartz block, we are going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull. At this point, we want to go then take our quartz full blocks, and we're going to go back a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and yeah, we're just going to go back a total of 11. We then want to go ahead and grab our direct walls. We're going to place down 2 direct walls on the sides here of the 2 end blocks. And we want to go then place down a skeleton skull on both sides of these quartz blocks like so. At this point here, we're going to take iron trapdoors and line the entire side here of those quartz full blocks, stopping before the very front one. And same thing over here on this side as well. If you're on Java, we can go ahead and use the give command to go ahead and give ourselves the debug stick. Debug stick here is a very useful tool that will allow us to go ahead and actually change the properties of these trapdoors to be closed. So we're going to just set these to open to false, or open to true, my bad. And this right here will basically close all the trapdoors. Now if you do not have access to the debug stick, a simple solution or compromise would be to go ahead and use birchwood trapdoors instead in this case, but obviously the iron trapdoors here are going to be your best case scenario. If you have them, go ahead and use them with that technique. Now at this point here, we're going to go then grab our iron trapdoors, and we're going to go and count from the bottom here. The second one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 iron trapdoors back. We're going to go ahead and skip a space and then place down 2 smooth quartz top slabs. At this point here, we're going to go ahead and grab a lever. We're going to place down a lever here on the bottom of this quartz block, flick toward the back, and then a lever on top of this quartz full block here. Also aim toward the back, so it looks like this here from the side. After that, that right there is going to do it for our refueling, or our external fuel tank there on the aircraft. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves some new materials. We're going to grab some light blue concrete, some black concrete, wither skeleton skulls, some warped trapdoors, or sorry, warped slabs, and also warped trapdoors. There's also some skeleton skulls, a block of netherite, and a stone button. Now for this, we're going to go ahead and start off by going ahead and going to this quartz top slab here. We're going to place down a blue concrete, light blue concrete, sorry, block, dropping down from that quartz top slab, one forward, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a black concrete block on the tip here with a wither skeleton skull like that. We then want to take our blue concrete. We're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4 blue concrete blocks. Actually, sorry, it's going to be 3 blue concrete blocks and then a block of netherite like so. On the block of netherite, we're going to place down a stone button. And we then want to go and place down warp trapdoors, or sorry, warp top slabs on the bottom of these last 3 light blue concrete blocks. Like we did up here, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull on both sides of the front one, and then skeleton skulls on both sides of the last 2. Then taking warp trapdoors, we're just going to place them down on the sides here, like that, right above, or basically right between these zombie heads. Just like this on this section, and we can only place it on the outside of the aircraft, so we're just going to place it down in this section here and disregard the inside because we have this inner fuel tank like so. After that's done, the last thing for us to go ahead and do is to build this air-to-air missile, and this here really is something pretty straightforward and simple. What we're going to do for this is just grab our necessary materials. So you can see here in my toolbar what I am grabbing is basically what we're going to need here for this portion here of the tutorial. But yeah, so to go ahead and get started, real simple, we're going to place down a quartz top slab underneath this one here, one forward, followed by a skeleton skull like that coming off that top slab. We then also want to go ahead and grab ourselves a redstone repeater. We're going to place down a repeater on top of this quartz top slab like that, with the notches flicked toward this slab like so. We then also want to go ahead and place down a birchwood fence gate coming off the side of this top slab. And we can also delete this warp trapdoor here on the inside and place down a birchwood fence gate opened up toward this top slab as well in that space instead. We're going to go then take our quartz top slabs, go back 1, 2, 3, 4. And after that, on the back one here, we're going to place down an item frame with a black concrete block in the item frame, a acacia wood fence, or acacia fence gate to both sides like so. And then if you're on Java, we can go ahead and also place down a acacia wood sign on the side here with the item frame. That's only a Java only feature. If you're on any other versions such as Bedrock or PE, you're not able to do this design feature. If that's the case, just go ahead and place down the item frame and disregard the sign. If you're on Java, the sign's a nice little bit of extra detail you can throw onto that missile. But anyways, that right there should basically complete the missile. One last thing we need to do here is just go ahead and take our acacia wood signs and place them on the sides here of these quartz top slabs right in front of the fence gates. With that though, that right there is going to complete our missile loadout. And with that, that'll wrap up layers 1 and 2. So we have basically the whole bottom here done. And at this point, we're going to go and move into our next layer, which will be layer number 4. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our next layer here, we have layer number 4. Now, one thing I want to mention real quick is that if you are wanting to build the camouflage on this aircraft, we will be doing that as a modification at the end of the video. What that means is we're building the aircraft completely in a nice stone, basically color scheme, design scheme, and then we're going to be going ahead and taking that and going ahead and modifying it into the camouflage version at the end. And I'll kind of talk about that a little bit further once we get to the camouflage, but just know we're going to be building in the stone, and we will be coming back and mentioning the camouflage later on. So don't worry, we will be covering that a little bit later. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. First thing we want to do is we're going to go ahead and place down a polished blackstone slab on top of that dark oak wood trapdoor there, and then 2 end rods come off that slab going toward the front there. We're going to then place down a polished blackstone stair, 2 gray concrete blocks back, and then we're going to place down a row of stone that's going to go all the way down the back here of the spine of the aircraft, total 27 blocks in total, and then a polished andesite block on the end here on that iron trapdoor, and then a skeleton skull like so. After that, going back up to the front here, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull on the side of this polished blackstone stair, 2 walls to the side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23 stone blocks back. I'm going to go and just double check our count here, and it should be 23 blocks there in total. We're going to go then place down 2 more stone stairs back, 2 stone slabs, and then a skeleton skull there on the very end. Going back up to the front here, we're going to go and place down a trip bar hook coming off the side of this stone block here. And then we do have a difference in our 2 sides of the aircraft. If you're on the right side here of the aircraft, we're going to be going ahead and using our give command to go ahead and give ourselves a debug stick again. And just very simply using our iron trapdoors here, we're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors on the side here, and then we're going to use our debug stick here to go ahead and set them open to true so they sit flat against that surface. Now after that, we want to go and then place down a daylight detector on top of this iron trapdoor and turn it to the night mode, just like so. Now, it will mess with your trapdoor here, and if that's the case, just go ahead and make sure you grab your debug stick and just go ahead and readjust it like so. So if I can do it right, there we go. And then over here on the left side, our difference is that where that first iron trapdoor would go, we're going to place down a light gray stainless pane and then 2 andesite walls back from that. So you can see there we do have the difference on both sides there. Just make sure you are tracking the 2 differences. And that's really all we have there. At this point, we're going to go then place down a stone slab back, followed by a stone stair, and then come off the stone stair there, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign, just like that. We then want to place down a stone full block, and we're going to go then place down 2 stone brick full blocks like this back, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 stone blocks back, so 7, 8, 9, and then we're going to go then place down a row of 2 of stone stairs, and then 1, 2, 3, or sorry, just 2 stone slabs back, and then we're going to then place down 1, 2, 3, 4 stone stairs, a polished andesite stair, and then 2 polished blackstone stairs back like that for the start of the engines there. Back up to the front here, we're going to then place down a daylight detector on top of this iron trapdoor here. We're going to turn that to the night mode, and we're going to go then place down a stone slab back from that. We're going to go then place down 2 stone stairs back, and then 1, 2, and 3 stone brick full blocks back, and then 2 stone stairs back after that. We then want to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stone slabs back, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 stone stairs, a polished andesite stair, and then 2 polished blackstone stairs back like that, going down this back here for our engines. Again, going back up here to the front on top of, or coming off the side here, or the front here of this second stair, we're going to place down a daylight detector. Again, turn that to the night mode. We want to go ahead and place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stone slabs back. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 stone blocks back, followed by a polished andesite block here on the very end, with a skeleton skull coming off the side there of that polished andesite block. Now at this point here, going ahead and focus our attention here to our back horizontal stabilizers. We're going to go ahead and start off by placing down an iron trapdoor on this first one here, and then 2 daylight detectors, turn those to night mode, and then an iron trapdoor there. We're going to do the same thing next to it, so iron trapdoor on the leading edge, 2 daylight detectors, and then an iron trapdoor there on the trailing edge. We then want to place down 1 iron trapdoor in the front, 1 daylight detector there in the middle, and then an iron trapdoor like so. Followed by the same thing here, iron trapdoor, daylight detector, iron trapdoor, and then just 2 iron trapdoors on the very last 2 there on the very end. And just to go ahead and finish it off, we're going to then place down an end rod coming off this iron trapdoor like so. After that, going ahead and focus our attention now to the wings. So for the wings here, we're going to be going ahead and going to the side here of this 4th slab. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Where this first iron trapdoor is, we're going to place down a daylight detector and turn that to night mode. We then want to place down a row of 6 of stone slabs back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then after that, a row of 2 of daylight detectors turned to night mode, and then an iron trapdoor there on the very end. Our next row here, a daylight detector in the front coming off this first slab, turn it to night mode, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stone slabs back. 1 and 2 daylight detectors turn to night mode, and then an iron trapdoor there on the very end. Again, same thing, daylight detector up here in the front, turn to night mode, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or sorry, only 3. This time, stone slabs back. Followed by 1, 2, 3 daylight detectors, turn those to night mode, and then an end rod or an iron trapdoor there on the end. Our next row here is going to be a row of 6 of daylight detectors. So starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, we're going to turn these all to the night mode. And then an iron trapdoor there on the end. Next row, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 3 starting here. So 1, 2, 3. Turn these to night mode. And we want to go then place down a nether brick slab right here. After that, a daylight detector, turn to night mode, and then an iron trapdoor. Next row here is going to be coming off this second daylight detector here. Turn this to night mode. Again, 2 more daylight detectors back from that. And we want to go then just place down 2 iron trapdoors back from those daylight detectors. And then on the very end here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 iron trapdoors, and then 1, 2, and 3 iron trapdoors like that on the very end. Followed by an end rod coming off this iron trapdoor there on the very right side. After we have that all done right there, that is going to basically wrap it up for what we have here for this layer. Looking at it from the top-down view, this is what we should have with layer 4 all complete. Again, pay attention to this difference here in the front, as that is how it is on the actual aircraft. So again, pay close attention to that front change there. But other than that right there is going to conclude what we have there for layer 4. And with that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 5. Alright guys, moving into our next layer here, we have layer number 5. For layer 5 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a polished black stone slab on top of the second grade concrete block here, and then a stone stair, a stone full block, and then at this point right here we can choose to leave a space open here, or we can go ahead and close this off with, black concrete. Now this right here is going to be a row of 6 black concrete, or you can leave the space of 6 open to do an interior for the aircraft. We will not be doing an interior in this tutorial, so that'll be up to you guys to add on your own if you do want to, but I like to give you guys both options. You can either black it out or fill it in, or build your own interior. Anyways, at this point here, we're going to go ahead and count back from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stone full blocks, followed by a stone stair, 2 stone slabs, 2 daylight detectors turned to night mode, and then an iron trapdoor. And on the very tail here, we're also going to place down 2 iron trapdoors, one on the polished andesite block and one on the stone block on the back there. After that, going to the sides, we're going to go ahead and place down a wither skeleton skull at a slight angle on top of this wall here, followed by a stone slab, a stone stair, stone corner stair, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stone blocks back, and then 1, 2 stone stairs, 2 stone slabs. Over here on the left side, we will have a skeleton skull that's coming off this stone slab here, so just make sure you take note of that. That'll be present there on the left side, and the left side only of the aircraft. Anyways, continuing on after those slab there, we're going to go and place down 2 daylight detectors, turn those to night mode, and then an iron trapdoor there on the very end. After that, going back up to the front here, we're going to go to this second stone brick block. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor, followed by a stone button on top of this first one. And we want to go then to place down 2 daylight detectors back, turn those to night mode, followed by 2 stone brick slabs, and then again 2 daylight detectors turn to night mode, and then an iron trapdoor like that along the sides there. One thing I also would like to go ahead and throw on is the addition of this little probe that comes off the side here of the aircraft. We're just going to need a skeleton skull, a end rod, and a chain, and this is going to be only on the right side of the aircraft. This right here is going to go ahead and go on the side of this stone block here, this first one after that corner stair. We're going to go then place down a end rod coming off of it, the side of it, and then a chain going forward from it, just like that. After that is all done there, that right there is going to wrap up our fuselage there. We're going to go and move into our vertical stabilizers. For our vertical stabilizers, we're going to go and start off by going ahead and going to the second and third stone blocks. We're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors on top of those, 2 daylight detectors back, turn those to night mode, followed by a stone slab, then a stone stair, and then we're going to go and then place down 1, 2, and yeah, just 2 stone blocks. And then at this point here, we're going to go and then place down 1, 2, 3 coal ore blocks, followed by a polished andesite block here on the end. We then want to go and place down a light gray stained glass pane on the back here, and then on the insides, we're going to take white banners and place down white banners there on the insides of these stone and coal ore and polished andesite blocks, like that. And also on the end here, for a little bit more detail on these last 2 blocks of coal, or we can go ahead and just place down some polished blackstone buttons there for a bit of extra added detail. Anyways, though, that right there is going to include what we have there for layer number 5. We're going to go and move back to one quick thing on the back engines here, which I did forget to touch on last layer. So we're going to move on to those real quick, and I'm going to talk about those for a second and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and move into making those banners. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving to the back engines here. Now, these back engines, we do have these banners here which kind of give a little bit more shape and a little bit more life to the engines back here. And overall, pretty simple to go ahead and kind of proceed with this. Now, you have 2 options of where you want to do. If you have the aircraft landed and the engines turned off, you can very simply use this banner design here, which has the engines basically blacked out. If you do want the engines flying, we can go ahead and use orange banners instead of that black right there to create kind of an effect that the engines are actually on. To make these banners, pretty simple. We're going to go into our looms, and we're going to go and start off by placing down our black banner into loom and our gray die. We're going to go and select the bottom left square of gray die, and then the top left square, and that's our first banner. Really straightforward. We're going to do the same thing here with the second banner, but this time we're going to select the bottom right and the top right, and we have these 2 banners here. And then pretty much the same thing you'd be doing for the orange banners. So same thing here. So we're going to select the top left, bottom left, and also the bottom right, top right. So you get these 2 designs here, and boom, you'll just place them down on those 2 polished blackstone stairs. So again, kind of depends on what engine you're going for. If you want the engines on, we have this nice design here with the banners. If you want the engines turned off and it landed, you can go and choose that banner design over there. So again, kind of up to you guys how you have the aircraft positioned or how you want it to kind of be operating. But obviously either one of these will work for either type. So anyways, that right there is going to conclude that little portion, and with that we're going to go and now move on to layer number 6. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our next layer. We'll be going ahead and moving into layer number 6. For layer 6 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down an air brick slab, which will be basically going ahead and going on top of this first black concrete block of this empty space right here, basically just right here in this spot here. We're going to then place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 black stained glass blocks back, followed by 1, 2, 3 stone blocks, 2 stone slabs, 2 daylight detectors turned to night mode, and then an iron trapdoor like so. Back up here in the front, we're going to place down the window skeletons, go at a slight angle like that next to the slab, followed by a black stained glass pane, and a side wall, black stained glass pane, and then 1, 2 stone slabs, 1, 2 stone stairs, 1, 2 stone slabs, and then a skeleton skull here at a slight angle like that, going back like that. And that's basically all we have there for the front. Moving to the rear here, on top of our verts, we're going to go ahead and go to the second stone block here. We're going to place down a stone stair on top of it, followed by 1, 2, 3 stone blocks back, a polished andesite block, and then a light gray stained glass pane coming off that polished andesite block. With that on the inside here, we're going to go ahead and place down white banners along the side there, just like so. With that all complete right there, that is right there is going to conclude layer number 6, and with that, let's go ahead and move on to layer number 7. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our final layers. Actually, we're going ahead and moving into layer 7 for 10. Realize that layer 7 is pretty simple, so we might as well just go ahead and knock out all of our remaining layers here in one swift go. To go ahead and get started with though, we're going to go ahead and place down a daylight detector on top of this second black stained glass block. We're going to go and turn that to night mode, followed by a narrow brick slab, a narrow daylight detector turned to night mode, and then a dark oak with trapdoor. We're going to skip 2 spaces and then place down the end rod like so. At this point back here on the verts, we're going to go ahead and then place down a stone stair on top of this stone block here, 2 stone blocks back, a polished andesite block, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a light gray stained glass pane. We're going to then place down another stone block here, another stone stair, another stone full block, an air polished andesite block, and we're going to go then grab ourselves an end rod and place down an end rod like so. After that, on the inside here, we're going to take white banners on these polished andesite and stone blocks. We're just going to place down white banners like that on the inside there for the verts. On the very top, we're going to go ahead and place down a polished black stone full block like so, polished black stone slab back, and we want to go ahead and place down a wither skeleton skull on the coming off that slab toward the back there, followed by a dark oak sign to both sides of that slab, just like that. And that right there is going to basically do it there for the tips there of the verts. The last thing we have to do here is to go ahead and make this red star banner, which will be located right there on that section on the tail. Actually, just move back a little bit like that. It's pretty straightforward to make. I'm going to go ahead and grab the necessary materials we'll need to actually go ahead and make this. And I'll see you guys here in a sec to go ahead and make that star banner there on the back. Alright guys, so to go ahead and make this Soviet red star banner here, we're going to need a red banner, 4 light gray dye, 2 red dye, the banner pattern, that is the flower charge, and then a loom to go ahead and make this. We're going to start off by going ahead and going into our loom, placing down our red banner and our light gray dye. We're going to go do a line through the center there for light gray dye. At this point here, we're going to go ahead and swap our light gray dye out for red dye, and then we're going to go ahead and also place down our flower charge pattern. And we're going to create a design that looks just like this. After we have that all done there, we're going to go ahead and then place down our light gray banner back into the loom, or sorry, our banner here back into the loom, and our light gray dye. We're going to go ahead and remove the flower pattern, and we're going to then do the top third line that goes across the top there like so. At this point here, we're going to go ahead and place this banner back into the loom, take our red dye, place our red dye into the banner, and we're going to go ahead and then do the diamond shape in the center here like so. After that diamond shape, we're going to go ahead and place our light gray dye back into the loom. We're going to go ahead and then do the triangle coming from the bottom, like so. And then we want to go ahead and then do the lower third of light gray dye across the bottom, like so. And that right there will basically create this banner. And this banner here will very simply just go ahead and go on this stone block, like so there. So pretty straightforward stuff, nothing too complicated for that banner. And once you have that all done right there, that's pretty much it for the main structure here for the jet. As you can see, this is what it looks like. Everything like that without the camouflage. Does look pretty good without the camouflage, but we will be going ahead and touching on how to go ahead and add that on now for you guys. So with that, let's go ahead and kind of move into the camouflage briefly, and let's kind of talk about what procedures I go through for designing this. Alright guys, so when it comes to camouflage, I'm not going to go ahead and do a step-by-step tutorial for my exact camouflage. I would highly recommend and urge you guys to go ahead and pull up pictures of the the MiG-29 Fulcrum yourself and kind of find a camouflage that works best for you guys. As I mentioned, this is based off the splinter camouflage used on this aircraft, as that's kind of the more modern camouflage we see on a lot of Russian Air Force aircraft. So this one here is just basically using a mixture of using our existing stone color and mixing in some black and some white. You can see here I'm using nether brick stairs and slabs along with the black concrete here to go ahead and represent the black. I feel it does a little bit of a better job as the nether brick's kind of darker, and it also gives us contrast for our polished black stone here and the nose for that lighter gray, or I say lighter gray with that darker gray color. You can use polished blackstone slabs and stairs also if you do want instead of the black, though I would, recommend obviously the black there. You can see the white here using obviously quartz slabs, and yeah, basically smooth quartz slabs, all that stuff. And you really kind of want a good like ratio 33%, so you have all your colors kind of equally divided between each other. Again, looking at from above here, this is kind of what I did for mine. If you want to take a moment, pause the video and kind of replicate it or kind of get some ideas here. But as I mentioned, I'm not going to go ahead and do a full block for block for this camo scheme, because I feel like it's not really necessary. The best thing for you guys to do for yourself is to go ahead and just look at the aircraft models yourself, or basically online pictures and stuff like that, and replicate those that way. But I think that this model came out really good, and the camouflage definitely works on it, and there really is no problem just keeping it in the stone color either. I think both look really great, and who knows, you may find a camouflage that you actually like a little bit better. But that's really all I'm going to talk about the camouflage here. I just kind of want to show you guys the general thought process behind it. Again, replacing any walls here. We have obviously nether brick walls at our disposal, and also diorite walls. And we're only touching the gray part. So the gray part that we did for the aircraft here, that's only the part that's actually being camoed, since the whole bottom here is supposed to be that white quartz kind of color. So We're only touching basically the top portion here, all the stuff that you'd see from the top down of the aircraft, and that's really what we have there for. It's pretty straightforward stuff, nothing too complex. Feel free to pause the video at any of those times if you need to kind of copy down a little bit of it, but really the best thing to do, as I mentioned several times already, is to go and find some pictures and build from there. But that's the block choices I used, that's kind of the way I did it. So definitely feel free to go crazy and have fun with it. Anyways, let's go ahead and now move into the landing gear for all those of you that are interested in building a landed version of this aircraft. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into the landing gear. Now for the landing gear here, we're going to go ahead and basically go into the bottom of the aircraft. We're going to go ahead and start with our front gear. We're going to go ahead and go into this section here. We're going to go ahead and delete these two quartz top slabs. And in their place here, we're going to go and break these three stone full blocks, and we're going to place down basically 3 quartz full blocks in that space like so. We're going to go and drop down from the center block 1 diorite wall, followed by an upside down smooth quartz stair, another diorite wall beneath that, and then a smooth quartz top slab on the bottom here with a block of coal to both sides like so. We then want to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull on both sides of this quartz stair, and then an end rod on the bottom here of the stone block like that on both sides there. We then want to place down a quartz top slab coming off the back of the stair, and then a quartz full block like that, going ahead and kind of connect it up there for that strut like so. We're going to go ahead and also place down a skeleton skull coming off the slab, and then an end rod that goes up from the skeleton skull like so. One thing also to go ahead and add is this banner design, which is a light gray banner with a black border and a black stripe through the center. Pretty straightforward banner design. I'm not going to go ahead and show you guys how to make it in a loom because I'm pretty sure you guys can do it yourself. But this is real simply just going to go ahead and go on the sides here of these blocks of coal, just like that. And with that all out of the way right there, that is it for the front landing gear. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to the rear ones. Alright guys, and going ahead and moving into the rear gear. The rear gear, again, is really straightforward and easy to do. We're going to be going ahead and going to this location here on the aircraft. We're going to delete this white stained glass pane, and instead we're going to place down a diorite wall in its spot. We're going to then drop down an additional diorite wall, followed by a smooth quartz top slab on the bottom there. We're going to then place down a polished black stone upside down stair to the side of it, a stair on top of that stair, and then 2 stairs on the back there to go ahead and create this wheel design here. And we then want to go and delete this quartz top slab here, place down an end rod, and then a polished diorite slab like that in that spot instead. And then basically all we need to do at this point is to go ahead and grab some materials, and we'll make a nice little banner design there to kind of complement our wheel and make it look a little bit more, I guess, wheel-like. With that, let's go ahead and grab those materials, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our rear landing gear here, what we wanted to do for this, for our banners, is we're going to go ahead and place down our loom. And we're going to need 2 black banners, 2 light gray dye, and 4 black dye. We're going to go ahead and go into our loom, place our black banners and our light gray dye. And we're going to go and select the vertical line on the left side for the first banner, and then the vertical line on the right side here for light gray dye. Both these banners here are going to be placed back into our loom, and we're going to then place down our black dye. And we're just going to go and select the line across the top there, and the line across the bottom to go ahead and make this first banner. And then our second banner here is going to be made the same way. Line across the bottom, and line across the top like that to make these 2 banners. These banners here are going to be placed down on these 2 polished blackstone stairs with the gray portion facing toward the inside like that to go and kind of make that look a little bit more like a wheel. And we can do the same thing over here on this side. Since this one stair is exposed, we can place down the one banner with the gray portion facing toward the middle there for the wheel. You'll take the same design, copy it over to the air side, and once you do, you have the landing gear here complete for the aircraft. With that all out of the way, that right there is going to basically wrap up my tutorial here for the MiG-29SMT Fulcrum. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do use this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. It's going to be a link from a side of the build, link to my channel or this video if this does appear in social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit, you're free to use for projects you guys are working on. And that though, again, a big special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook for making this tutorial possible. And as always, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions. And with that, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 204, and I'll see you guys next time.